in, everyone. I hope you can hear me. Let me just do a sound check. Sounds good. Thumbs up if you can hear me. Um, I just wanted to come on and do a live and do a check in with you guys. I know this is completely different than what you are used to. If you do catch us live, we are usually live on Thursday nights over on YouTube and here on Facebook. But I decided to do a check in. First of all, apparently, happy fall. Um, but I wanted to do a check in with you guys because, well, I have a lot of things I want to talk about. I guess the first thing I want to talk about is our YouTube channel, and then I want to move over and also talk about the Content Creators Roundtable. So, first of all, I see I have Marjorie and my aunt Ernestine watching. So, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate that. Um, if you could just drop a hello in the chat or just thumbs up, let me know you can hear me. So I'll go ahead and get started with the conversation. Just so, hey Marjorie, thanks for joining. I appreciate you. I just wanted to go ahead and get the conversation going because, well, let me move this so you can see. Okay, there we go. I wanted to go ahead and get the conversation going because I do want to talk about our YouTube channel and kind of why we decided to start that and just have a conversation, answer any questions that you guys may have about myself or Brandon or Parker's on the go, anything like that. So I wanted to come on and just say, hey Key, hey Kiki, how are you? Thanks for joining, friend. Um, so I wanted to start with why we started our channel. And I know if you are a follower of us over on YouTube, you may already know that. But I just want to kind of give anyone that is new to us or anybody that's kind of wanting background or any questions, a little information about why. So um, we always, say about how we grew up with very hardworking parents and how they basically worked a lot. And especially for my mom, she did everything she could to make sure that we got as much exposure to travel and other things like that as we could. And she did. Hey, Duke, how are you? Thanks for being here. And she did the best that she could to make sure that we had every opportunity to see things. And that's one thing I will always say and always appreciate that I know for a fact, and I remember how hard she worked. But I always wanted. It's always just kind of been something that was in my blood. Um, as far as Brandon, on the other hand, hey Raquel, thanks for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. You make me feel so special. As for Brandon, on the other hand, Brandon's parents worked a lot, so he wasn't able to travel as much as he would like to. A lot of his travel included trips to church, or I think they did maybe a Disney trip, or they may have went on a trip to Virginia or stuff like that. So, as far as traveling as a whole, there was not a whole lot of exposure for him. As I got a little bit older and I had my children, I was not able to travel the way that I want to because, let's face it, when you have responsibilities and you're a single parent and life is lifing, you can't do things that you want to do or the things that maybe someone else is not going through in their life that they are doing. So I put all into doing the best I could to give my children the best upbringing that I knew how. And I relocated to Raleigh. And when I relocated to Raleigh, that's when I met Brandon. So as soon as I got to Raleigh, we were, it was like I met my husband. Um, and we did not do a whole lot of traveling as a couple, but we would take like trips to like concerts or wrestling events or stuff like that. Um, Once we got married, I always tell everybody the story of the ultimate road trip. That was our honeymoon. We took a week and we drove to Atlanta and we spent a couple of days there. And then we drove to Florida and we spent time there. And mostly because Brandon didn't fly. Hey, Adrian, how are you? Thanks for joining. I appreciate it. I hadn't flown since I was like 8 or 9. Brandon didn't fly at all, and it was just something that he was like, he really wasn't interested in doing. And I think that's easy because, yes, I enjoyed that road trip too. I think it was easy because, um, it's comfortable. It's something that's comfortable. It's easy to get in the car. It's easy to stay with what's familiar, but it's hard to kind of, you know, um, go outside of your lane or express. You always want to do things, but just don't know how to do them. So after a little conversation, Brandon found out he had some PTO he had to use at work, and he needed to take time off. So in order to do that, he wanted to take a trip. He wanted to start traveling, and he wanted to take a trip to Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee. And I was like, nope, not doing it. Nope, not doing it. We're not going to Nashville. I wanted to go on a cruise. That's what I wanted to do. So we had, apparently, to me it was a week, to him it was a couple of days. We'll split the difference and say a day. We had a conversation. Now it sounds like a fun place, yes, but then it did not, because that's not what I wanted to do. We had a conversation. We decided on a cruise, and we took our first cruise on the Carnival Victory. That cruise sailed out of Miami. We had the best time, and we came back home and instantly started recruiting people, just telling them about our experience and what we enjoy so much about cruising. That following year, we recruited some family and some of his college friends, and they went with us on the cruise. Well, the year after that, we did the same thing. Some more family. Yeah, you love National Cruises. It's definitely that. Yeah, I agree. I 100% agree. More family, more friends. Another cruise. The second cruise was on the Carnival Conquest, I think, and the third was on the Liberty. They either switched, but the first one was definitely the Victory. So that's what we did. And we just made a decision. I made a decision because at that point, by the time the third cruise had rolled around, I had contacted a travel agent through AAA, and she had done some of the cruise leg work, but I was still booking the hotels. I was still booking the transportation to and from the port and all that stuff. I was still doing all that stuff. So it was definitely a thing of, I'm doing a booking and not getting paid for it. I made the decision that I wanted to be a travel agent, and I did my research and I picked out a travel agency to work under. Most of the travel agent things that I was doing was basically for family. I wasn't doing a whole lot of advertising. You may see something here or there, but it wasn't a whole lot. Then when we got ready to plan our fourth group cruise, the pandemic hit, and it kind of knocked everybody on their feet, off their feet. So everybody was stuck at home. There was definitely not a bug to travel because people were scared to leave. Hey sis, how are you? Thanks for joining. And we made a decision. I made a decision after watching months and months and months of what else is there to do. You watch YouTube, right? And I wanted the cruise. So I started watching cruise content creators. I started watching AK Family. I started watching Travel Spree. I started watching Mr. Traveler. I just started watching all these travel companies. I started watching La Lita Loca, and I just told Brandon, I was like, this is what I want to do. I want to start a travel. I want to start a travel channel. It was not as easy to go over because my husband, I will say, is one man that will support every wild niche that I decide I want to jump into. And he's like, yeah, babe, you can do it. So he just figured this would be another thing. But I always knew I had a travel bug, so that's what I wanted to do. And we set up a YouTube channel, and our first video was of a rage room. And it did not, I think to this day, it may have 50, 60 views. It may have 60 by now. So we went to a rage room, and then the next trip we decided we were going to do is just do some things locally here around North Carolina. You got to remember, we're still kind of in the pandemic, but things were opening up. So we went to a local aquarium here in Wrightsville Beach in North Carolina, and we just kind of did an aquarium trip. And I need a break from right now. I agree. And we recorded it. We just started recording stuff. Then I started diving more into the travel agency side of it because I knew I wanted to start to push that. I knew that was something I wanted to do. So with that, I started doing the training. And about that time, Virgin Voyages was just getting ready to announce, and they had a training for the Scarlet Lady. So I did a Scarlet Lady training, and I ended up getting a free cruise from that. Well, the free cruise, actually, I just picked a date. You could pick from any number of dates. I just picked a random date, and the random date, actually, I didn't even do the researches, which is crazy, actually ended up being the inaugural cruise. So we ended up being on the inaugural cruise with AK Adventure, Rich and Jazzy, Jay from the Ship Life, Addie and Terry, And I know there were some other ones. There's another one I met called Rainbow Getaways. They're more heavy on the Instagram side. There was a lot of content creators on that cruise as well as travel advisors. And that's kind of where we got our start with the channel. YouTube has definitely opened up a lot of doors for us, and I could not be more grateful for those doors that have been opened. YouTube has definitely changed our lives. I always knew I wanted it to be something greater, and I always knew I had a plan for it. But when I first started, I just did not know, unfortunately, what I was doing. I just started recording videos and putting them together and was like, that looks good, and putting them up. We didn't have any kind of video presence. We just knew, we just decided that we were going to do it, and we did it. And the editing was horrible. The sound was bad. Um, we got a point across. We really didn't know what we were blogging. We were just recording everything, and my videos were super long. And I just kept pushing at it. I just kept going. We just kept going. We just kept going. One thing I will say is that it's definitely changed things, but it's also opened our eyes to a lot of other things that we are able to do. I never would have thought that a couple of weeks ago I would have been in Houston walking across that stage for Carnival. I would have never thought that. Never would I have thought that I will be having this conversation on a live stream, and I appreciate those of you who are here. I would never thought there would be Talk to Me Thursday because I was one of those kids. I couldn't even get up in front of the class to give a book report. Yes, I love to talk now, but that wasn't always the case. So for me to be doing what I'm doing now and having these conversations with people and just being able to show you who we are, give you a little piece of our lives, and introducing you to our family, and you guys being so gracious and welcoming, it's a blessing. We appreciate you guys for that. But we also want to put ourselves in a position that we want to be able to help other people. And that's just in my nature. I think it's just something that I do. I've always kind of been that person who's just wanted to help other people. If you have questions, go ahead and drop the questions in the chat. I'll try my best to answer them. If I can't, I will get you the answer. So for me, my thought was starting the channel, and a lot of this came from you guys. A lot of this came from people in our live stream that ask questions all the time, every week. How do you become a travel agent? How did you start your YouTube channel? What kind of equipment do you use? What kind of editing equipment? What kind of sound? All this stuff. Where do you find your music? All that stuff came from you guys. All this stuff came from our followers. All that stuff came from people who supported us when we didn't even think we would be where we are today. We are just shy of 5,200 subscribers. We've done that in 2 years. And yes, that's not an amazing amount, and it's not what some people do, but it's an anomaly for us because we didn't think that this is where we would be. And we say every day, we tell you guys every Thursday, we are blessed and we are thankful and we are appreciative that you guys like us enough to show up for us every week and be there for Talk to Me Thursdays and stay for Parkers After Dark and just have those conversations with us. So in those conversations, in meeting people, in asking questions, in doing research, we've learned a lot about YouTube and what we're doing with our channel. Also, I've learned a lot about being a travel agent. So I've turned one business, which was my travel agency, into about 4 different businesses I have right now, which is crazy because I'm tired, but it's a good tired. Thank you, Adrian. It's a good tired. I am a happy tired. I probably don't see people the way I used to, but a busy mind don't keep idle hands, right? Like you keep yourself busy because you're doing something that you love. I'm doing something that I genuinely love. And I hate that it took till I am where I am today to find that passion of what I wanted to do. Because I always felt like I was going to be one of those people who wandered through life not knowing what I was going to do or where I was going to go. So I decided to do something that was going to make not only my life a little bit easier, but your journey a little bit easier. And that was creating the Content Creators Roundtable. I have a question. Hey, Ray, how are you? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And if you guys have questions, go ahead. Feel free to drop them anytime. I'll do my best to answer them the best that I can. How do you stay motivated to follow your passion as a busy mom and wife? It is the want and the drive to have something of my own. Anybody that knows my family and my sister, um, we are a family of not only hustlers but of survivors. And I say that because we work very hard and we survive so much as a family. And we always want the best, and we always do things to try to better the next generation. That's just, and a lot of families are like that, but that's just who we are. My motivation to follow my passion is because I want to leave a legacy for my children. I want them to be proud of something that I have done, and I don't know if you know how it feels to go from, and I don't tell everybody, but you guys are here, and it's a part of my story. Go from living in Section 8 housing on $300 a month to be able to do what I'm doing now. That was a span of 15 years. That's what I've done in this span. And yeah, that sounds like a long time, but from the time I met my husband, I've been with my husband 15 years, even though we haven't been married that long. But this is the growth that we've done together. When you have a partner who will support you in anything that you do, when you have a partner who will be your backbone, this is what you can do together. My motivation is to leave a legacy for my children. My motivation is to leave a mark on this world and to um, walk a path that they can be proud of. My children tell me every day they're proud of the things I'm doing, and that's that's something that I just never expected to hear. So my children are my motivation. Being happy is my motivation. I see myself retiring my husband. It's going to happen. It's going to happen before it's supposed to because I'm not letting up and keep my foot on the gas. He will retire. We will be okay. And that is my goal. And you speak it into existence from my mouth to God's ears. Every day I wake up with that. I gave my husband a note he put under the pillow, and he sleeps on our dreams and passions every single night. That's what we do. Uh, uh, Kiki is supposed to be asleep, yes. Hey, Sandy, how are you? Thank you for joining. Sandy wants to know what tips you have for creators who are just starting out. Sandy, oh my gosh, I have so many. The first thing I will say is, and I think I just released a reel on this, do not go out and buy a whole lot of equipment. That is a mistake that we made. Don't buy a lot of equipment. You have an iPhone, and literally I can show you my phone, the back of my phone. I have 5 cameras on the back of my phone. Some of these phones are just as good as all these expensive cameras out there. Start off with what you have. The only thing that I would suggest that you get is a microphone, and you can buy a cheap lavalier mic, a wireless mic that you plug right into your phone for maybe $30 off of Amazon. You don't even have to go out and get the expensive one, the Rhodes, all that. You can get a little $30 lavalier mic. You can go and get a stand, and I'll show you ours. So this is the one we use now. This stand is 5.5 feet. I think it goes out to 5.5 feet. So you can get one of these, and we actually have an Amazon shop if you would like it. It's in our Amazon shop, and I can post a link to that as well. But this right now on Prime Day is $23.99. You can get this same one. And you can take your camera off, and actually there's an attachment for your cell phone. So you can use a camera or a cell phone with it. And I would get a ring light or some kind of light to clip onto your phone. Start with those things. You can get started for less than $50. Don't spend a lot of money up front because you don't want to have a lot of overhead before you're actually making money from what you're trying to do. Also, if you're camera shy, you don't have to start off with being in front of the camera. Start off with a faceless channel. Record what's in front of you and have a conversation from behind the camera. There are a lot of people out there that do it, and eventually they work their way to in front of the camera. So that is some of my advice. But if you want to get more into it, you are more than welcome to join the Roundtable. If you scan the QR code that's on the screen, or I will drop the link in the chat. You can actually, I will try to drop the link in the chat. You can actually sign up for it, and they will, and you can get access to last month, which is the first one that we actually went over beginner social media advice. And you can also get access to this month. This month, if you have not signed up for it yet, you will not be able to see this month. So if you sign up this month, you will see last month's, because we will put you in the private Facebook group where that is there. The workbook is there that goes along with it. And this is going into the Content Creators Roundtable. So if you have any questions, feel free to message me, or I'll probably message you the link if you want it. Kiki said, congrats on your first live. Such a blessing to be able to find your passion and walk in it. Thank you, friend. I appreciate it. I've thought about this all day. I was like, I'm gonna go live. And I know I said something about last week, but I'm saying I'm gonna go live and just talk to friends and see if anybody has any questions. And I wanted to have that conversation about the round table as well. So thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you, Adrian. Kiki says she can't sleep. You're supposed to be on night shift. Hey, Destiny. My daughter, I love you. Thank you for being here. What about your sister? I'm sorry, sis. Yes, you have been a great inspiration to me too. Thank you. Hey, Sid. So Kiki and Cheryl are two of my friends that I have a podcast with called Cruise Kibitz. One, I told you I had like 4 businesses. That's another one. Cruise Kibitz is a podcast that we do. We try to post weekly, but it is based on cruising and cruising content. And now we're getting into interviewing other people. So that is something that you're interested in. Let us know if you want to advertise or sponsor with Cruise Kibitz. Let us know. You can respond to the email that's along the bottom, and I can get the message over to them, or cruisekibitz@gmail.com. Kibitz is Kibitz. Adrian said that's the one I have. You have the same one? I love it, and it does come with the remote. I know the remote is not in here. I'm so bad with connecting these remotes, but it does come with the remote, and I actually have 2 of these, so I actually love it. This is the link to the snip feed where you can go in and sign up for the roundtable. So if you have any questions after you sign up, or you have anything, just let us know. The next one is this Saturday, October 14th at 10 a.m. It's supposed to be an hour and a half, but the last one went 45 minutes over because people had just that many questions, and the conversation was really good. So perfect. Great tips. Please drop links, or I can connect with you offline. Yeah, no problem. Thanks, friend. I appreciate it. Thank you. Look at Jess. She's moderating me over here on Facebook. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So any other questions, let me know. But I did want to let you guys know, as far as the roundtable is concerned, what I started doing was offering daily challenges, and these challenges are supposed to push you into growing not only your social media presence, but get you out of your comfort zone into thinking outside of the box of content creation. Let's see, what is the name of the stand again? Sandy, I'll get you the link. I'll get you the link and send it directly to you in your inbox. If you go to our snip feed, if you click on that, you'll see our Amazon store, and it's right there in our Amazon store, but I'll send the link to you directly. So we do daily challenges, and most days there are challenges unless I'm just super busy and I can't get to it. But we do give you daily challenges to push you outside of your comfort zone. A lot of people that was in the last meeting, the first thing they said was they have equipment, they haven't opened a box, and that was our thing. Open that box. Have you opened the box yet? Posting just about me, just having posting a motivational quote, posting an outfit, posting your new luggage, anything that you can do to motivate yourself, to push yourself outside of your own boundaries and make yourself uncomfortable. Because a lot of people don't realize this. If you're posting on social media, you're already a content creator. You've already been creating content. You're not getting paid for it. So there's people out here becoming millionaires off of doing the same thing that we're doing every single day, and they just don't know how to scale it down and make it make sense for them or make it a financial gain. So why not put ourselves in a position? Because I can tell you probably 99% of us in this chat grew up in an age where it was not social media, grew up in an age where cell phones really just started getting, I don't want to just age us, but this is what it is. And we had to grow up with these things. We had to grow up with technology. We had to grow into this stuff. So putting yourself in a position to learn, putting yourself in a position to step outside of the box and doing something out of the normal is different. It's different, and because it's unheard of, people are scared of it. It's not something that people are used to doing. Because I can say every day, if we had somebody hold our hand or guide us through where we started in content creating, I know we would be further along than what we would be. I don't know if Cheryl and Kiki are still here, but they will tell you when we first start having conversations, I was just like, "Girl, what y'all doing? What y'all doing?" No, we're not going to do this. We're going to actually make money off of this. You're spending your time and your energy. You're putting yourself out there. We're going to make money off of this. This is what we're going to do. So, just will the roundtable help with business outside? Yes, yes. The roundtable is for everything and everybody. Whatever type of business goals you have, whatever type of aspirations, the goal of the roundtable is to help you along your way. But we also have to realize that growing businesses nowadays don't look the same as it did before. So before you would go out to the post office and put out mailers and take ads out in newspapers and all kind of magazine articles. That's not what it is anymore. Everything is digital. Everything is digital. You have to think outside of the box of where you were. You have to think outside of the box of what it used to be. So being now that your overhead doesn't have to be as much as it used to. When people say marketing budgets, a lot of the times their marketing budgets come from having to hire outside influencer. You're your own influencer. You are your own influencer. You have a t-shirt company. Okay. You have models in your house. Your kids, yourself, your husband, your auntie, your uncle, your cousin. Your iPhone is your camera. I mean, I have a Samsung, but your iPhone is your camera. Your Samsung is your camera. You turn it around and you become your own model. You know what your vision is. Why don't you make your vision known? So that's why a lot of the time I push some of my own family members like, why you ain't LLC your business? Why are you not getting those tax write-offs? Let's have a real conversation here. Why are we not doing this? Because at the end of the day, the goal is to grow. The goal is financial freedom. And hey, what's the line? Financial freedom is my only hope. It might not solve all my problems, but it sure will help if I had a little money in my pocket. Hey, Couture, thanks for being here. We appreciate you. Well, I appreciate it. It's just me. Brandon's not here. Let's see. Hey. Who else we have here? Brick and mortar days are going away. It is. Let's be real. When the last time you went to the mall? And when you did go, how many stores that used to be there 10 years ago are not there anymore? How many stores have gone completely online that we used to? Y'all, we just lost Bed Bath & Beyond. I guarantee you they're not going completely away. They're going to have an online-only store. Y'all remember Linens and Things? Linen and Things is completely online. Circuit City ain't gone. Circuit City is completely online. Best Buy scaled back their hours during the pandemic. They just did pick their hours back up to their regular hours. Nobody's keeping brick and mortar stores anymore. Nobody's doing it. So because the overhead doesn't make sense. The overhead doesn't make sense. You don't have to have a storefront to have a successful business. If it makes sense for your niche and what you're doing, yes, but it's nothing that you have to have. Would I like to have a space? Yeah, I want a space, but I want a space because I have bigger goals outside of just selling travel out of it. I have other things I want to do with that space, but that comes down the line. Let's see here. Oh, hey, Toya, how are you? Thanks for joining. Hey, cuz. Hey, Sheila, how are you? She'll tell you. She came over here just to have a talk, and I was just like, let's LLC. Look at Dream Sense. Y'all better find out about that Dream Sense because the candles will take it off. Let's see here. Thanks. I hope you're talking to me. I'm doing great. Any other questions that you guys have about even the Content Creators Roundtable? Do you have any questions about our YouTube channel, what we are doing, what our goals are for that? If you have any questions in general about travel, because also I am considering heavily starting a sub-agent program for my travel business. So we can talk about that too if you would like. But Anything that you want to talk about, let me know. If you want to have a conversation about the carnival thing in Houston, if you want to have a conversation about Talk to Me Thursday, just let me know. Drop any questions that you may have in the chat. Dream Sense is doing good. Dream Sense is doing real good. And if you guys do not know, Dream Sense is Lashima's candle company. And she doesn't just do candles, she does essential oils. I think it's oils and stones too. So she has aroma stones. Those are really, really good. And I'm telling you, put one little drop in your candle warmer and your whole house is filled with this. It's amazing. It's a beautiful product. She's doing very well with those. So I know it's growing. What's SEO in general? It's social media engagement optimization. I can't never think. Anyway, it's about how to optimize your actual social media platform to help it grow. So search engine optimization. Thank you, baby, because Brandon gonna get me right. So how to use Google, how to use Yahoo, how to use those things, how to use YouTube to grow your platform, and how to properly do it without spending a lot of money. And that's what our speaker is on. And as you can see, I don't handle that stuff. The person that just yelled from the other room what it is, Brandon handled all. I got 50 other things to do. Brandon handled all that stuff for me. So I don't touch the search engine. Thank you. I don't touch that. I don't touch that at all. I'll let him handle that. That's his thing. And I got like 50 other things that I do. But that's why we have a speaker to come in who specializes in that. So Britt is actually, she is a CEO of Blog Pals. I cannot speak today, which is a pet-based social media platform. So they do blogs, they have YouTube content, they have Instagram, TikTok, all kinds of social medias, and also they network. Some of them have their own storefronts, some of them sell their own products, and she mainly focuses on the SEO portion of it. And she's also a writer, so she does a lot of the blogging for that platform. So Britt is awesome. And I've spoken to her. Kia actually knows Britt. Kia met Britt well before I did. I met Britt on TikTok, and that's how small of a world it is. I just found out through that she knew Kia. So it's actually good to actually connect with other people who know the things that you don't know, because I don't claim to know everything. I'm learning this as I go. I have been learning this as I go. But the things that I've learned, I don't mind passing on to other people. So Britt will be our guest speaker, and she will have a whole conversation about SEO and how that actually works and how to make it profitable for you and your social media platform. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm also hoping to get Ray Reese in to talk about AI. So hopefully we can get him to come in and talk about AI and how to utilize that in your business as well. And I'm pretty sure he'll do it. I've already talked to him about it. I just got to sign off with Jen, but I'll let you guys know which month he'll do that. So if you guys that are in the roundtable have any ideas of things that you want us to focus on, we will definitely focus on it. If you have a specialty and you want to talk to people about it, we're open. This is a monthly roundtable. This is something we're doing every month. So we want to make sure that we're touching bases on all the things that you want to talk about and all the things that you want to learn about. Because like I said, this is a community. This is a community. This is not just for one specific thing. He said, since you post content for multiple creators, Parker Gonna Go, Siobhan Parker, Infinite Views Travel, do you keep separate content calendars for each one? Yes, I have to. If I don't, my eyes cross. So I do personally, but my personal page, I usually just do that whenever. I don't really focus very hard on that. Most of the stuff is the business, and sometimes Infinite Views Travel and Siobhan Parker intertwines, and I just post those together and tag each other because it's the easiest thing to do. So yeah, you have to, and you kind of have to stay focused. And also, don't forget to throw in cruise kibbles, which is I'm blessed that Kia and Cheryl actually keep me grounded on that, and that we can actually. It's good to have business partners where you can take turns taking over the content, because if I had to do that all by myself, I'd be crazy. So, oh, look, so see what I'm saying? Connected. Go ahead and get you some aroma stones. So, but yeah, so this link here, the QR code that you see in the right corner of the screen, is for our snip feed. Our snip feed has all of our social media contents, and also links, and it is also where you can go and find the Content Creators Roundtable sign up, and you should be able to see it for this month and next month. We will let you know very soon what next month's will be. But yeah, so yes. So once again, Cruise Kibbles is our podcast. Jess loves Cruise Kibbles. She's like, she can't wait to Thursday to see when the next Cruise Kibble episode will be. She loves it, and I appreciate her for listening, and we appreciate you for listening. We appreciate you being a avid listener of Cruise Kibbles. I want to post more on my personal page. I struggle to keep up with both, though. I definitely need help with that. Yeah, it is hard. It is hard. Okay, so let me break it down for you. I keep up with and Lashima, yes. Anybody can sign up for the roundtable. It's not strictly for just YouTube. It is for everything and everybody. Because even, let's be honest, you have a business, but you promote your business on social media. You need it, right? You need to understand. So I make all the merch. So if you see a Parker's Wanna Go merch, I make that. I edit the videos. I sell the travel. I post the content. Brandon posts the content on YouTube, and Brandon handles the SEO. Brandon does the titles and the description for the videos. I handle Infinite Views travel, social media, Parker's on the Go. 90% of Parker's on the Go social media, my own personal social media. And then I've just been asked by somebody to do brand management. So I'm thinking about that. But when you don't see me, if you don't see me for days on end and only online, it's because sister is working. Okay, I'm busy. And it's not even. I'm not even trying to be funny. If my phone don't call yours, it ain't because. Please don't charge it to the heart. It's not on purpose. I am literally right here doing some type of work every single day, because a franchise, a conglomerate, I don't know why I chose that word and I can't say it, a empire is not going to build itself. And I didn't want to keep working the way that I work. And when I went to the Carnival's Your Winning Plan series, and Damon John was on stage speaking, he said, if you want to build a business, you have to be the first one up and the last one asleep. And I did not realize that. I was doing that. And then I looked at Brandon and I was like, this is me every single day. You are the first one up. I may not be up for him because he actually gets like Jaden up, put him on the bus. But literally, you're the first one up and you're the last one to bed every single day, and you're working all day. You don't have 9 to 5 work hours because you are building a business. Lashima does not have 9 to 5 work hours because DreamSense ain't gonna sell itself. Okay, you go to work and then you come home and you sell DreamSense, and you got to figure out a way to market yourself. You got to figure out a way to brand yourself. You got to film your own content. You have to put out your own videos. You have to take your own pictures. You are the creator. You are the marketing team. You are the inventor. You are your own what they call it when you a focus group. You're all that by yourself. DreamSense is Lashima, right? So Lashima has to do all that work. And ain't nobody saying, you know what, I got it this month. I'm gonna come up with the scent. You sit down. Who doing that? Who doing that? Nobody. If Kia doesn't get up and say, I'm gonna build Miss Kiki Ray ain't building Miss Kiki for Kia because Ray building Mr. Reese. You know what I mean? Like, nobody's gonna build your brand for you but you. And it would be nice if somebody would, and they probably would be somebody that would do that. But how much you gonna pay them? Because I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm coming cheap. Because I'm busy. What I'm giving you now ain't really free, but it's free right now. Today's price is not tomorrow's price. Tomorrow's price is not yesterday's price. So it's free right now. But the knowledge that you gain, you ain't giving it away. I'm not going to sit here and ask Lashima, how you make your Dream Sense candles? And she going to say, girl, well, first of all, I melt the wax. No. Why you going to tell me your recipe and then I'm going to turn around and make it and then I'm not making a profit for it? I'm not about to do that. Not about to do that. Then I don't have the business. You have to build your own business. You have to build your own dream. If you don't do it, ain't nobody else going to do it for you. And that's one thing I know for sure. You can be tired. I'm tired. I'm not going to act like I'm not tired. I'm tired. And everything that looks good ain't always good. People see us, Brandon and I, go on cruises. Yes, we go. We love it. We are working. That is a job. And people ask us all the time, you still like to cruise? I'm doing what pays me. Yes, I love the cruise. Not only do I love the cruise, I'm also doing what pays me. YouTube pays me. So yes, I'm going to cruise. But also, we are working when we're on that cruise. You think it's easy, and people do think it's easy to do this and just start. It is not. Everything got to be strategic. You got to make content that people want to see. You got to know ahead of time what people want before they know what they want. It's a whole thing. And if ain't nobody teaching you how to do it, how are you supposed to know? Because nobody taught us. We learn by asking questions to the right people and being sometimes in the right place at the right time. But if we didn't have the passion and the drive to do things we were doing, we wouldn't have been in those places. Drop your questions. Because y'all got me on the roll now, I'm ready. Because I want to sign up to learn how to promote my therapy content. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Sign up. We here. Listen, it's a small investment. It's $30 a month. And you will, you go out to eat, you're paying $30, and nobody asking them the price or discount. The $30 come with a lot of hard work and dedication. You not only get access to the group, you also get a workbook that goes along with it. You also get inside knowledge to people who actually have done it and is teaching you things that you did not know. So $30 is not a lot to ask for a whole lot of information. But it does come with a small price. But honestly, you learn a lot more than $30 worth of content. Brandon said, I'm personally am tired of working. I know. I said I'm retiring you. I'm gonna retire you. I'm gonna try. Ain't nobody gonna do it, Lashima. Ain't nobody gonna do it. It's the truth. Yes, that would be awesome. I need a session now. We here. I'm here. You know I'm here. Let's see. I need to get in where I fit in. Come on, cuz. Come on with it. Come on with it. Let's see. Hey, Google, how are you? Thank you for being here. Brandon here. Oh, yeah. If y'all don't know, Duke Kaboom is Brandon. Yeah, you put it there. You put it there. He's yelling no. You put it there. Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't did it. You know, I'm Brandon. Call me Ron Burgundy. I'm gonna read whatever comes across the screen. You got to come from behind the shadows, sir. You don't have a cover. Sign up for this month's ASAP. Britt is a beast with SEO. She shares some of her stats with me, and mind blown. Yes, I'm telling you. I'll tell you, Britt know what she's talking about. And if I'm bringing them to you guys, they know what they're talking about. I'm not going to sit here and just put anybody in front of you because they say they can do it. You want to show me the proof. You're going to show me the proof because people are paying for the information. You're going to show me the proof. That's just what it is. Because I'm not going to tap into I don't know all the letters behind your name, but I'm pretty sure Katora got like 6 of them behind her name. Think I'm not going to tap into Katora for that mental health part of it, because baby, the mental health side of social media, somebody need to be talking about it. Okay, somebody need to be talking about it. So much for that burner account. It wasn't a burner. I don't even know why he even did that. Like, you, dude, grow your social media account. Grow your social media account. But yes, any more questions about the roundtable? Any more questions about YouTube, our channel? We are doing some new things for our members this month. So if you want some behind the scenes things, join our membership. You can join for as low as $4.99 a month, and you'll get all the behind the scenes content that we do not post on YouTube, and some of the stuff we cannot post. So definitely join that. And yeah, ask any questions that you may have. Let's see here. What are y'all doing for members? Well, Duke, I just told you what we were doing for members. Behind the scene content. And we're doing something special for the holidays. Me and Shay have been working on. And we hope, if you are a part of the membership, only the members are going to get this special thing. So nobody even knows about it but me and Shay. Brandon knows like this much of it, but I told him and he probably forgot by now. So, yeah. Yeah, see, there we go. So yeah, the members actually get a lot of things. I see Tally is watching. Thank you for watching, Tally. I appreciate it so much. And Nasaya is watching. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Say hello. Don't be shy. Also, Tally is one person. Tally has social media. She actually does vegan. She's vegan friendly food. So she has it's called so Yummy to Believe, and it is on Instagram and YouTube as well. That's what I'm saying. I used to work with Tally. A lot of people are content creators in their own right and just don't monetize on it. They don't monetize on it. But we sit here and we scroll and we watch and we scroll and we watch. And you can probably do the same thing that other people are doing, and these people get paid for it. Facebook pays people. People are getting really, really paid on Facebook. I don't know if you guys know this, but people are getting really, really paid on Facebook. Is an LLC required for a tax write-off? Some sort of business entity. LLC might not be that for you, but some sort of business entity is. So some people have like sole proprietorships, LLCs. I have an LLC, but you got to see what the tax informations are for you. So definitely talk to an accountant. If you do not have one, I do have an accountant I will refer you to. Anybody that needs one, she's awesome. She has been my accountant since I had my insurance agency. If you don't know, I no longer have that because I am 100% full-time travel and content creator as of June of 2023. I had to let go of what was not serving me and what was draining me mentally and physically. So this is what I do now. Have you used Threads? What are your thoughts? I actually forgot it came out. Honestly, I used it the first week. And then I was just like, it's Twitter, but it's different. People are gaining a lot of followers on it because it's easy to. But I just didn't really care for it one way or another. I have enough social media accounts to manage, so I haven't really pushed Threads like that. But yeah, most people seem to like it, people who are with it. But I don't know monetarily how people are faring with it because I haven't been on it after that first week. But I will tell you, if you have a business or LLC or anything of that nature, any kind of social media presence, if a new app comes out and people are jumping on it, grab your username ASAP because somebody will get it for you. And I need insurance for my CPR. Yes, ma'am, you do. Yes, ma'am, you do. Look at. I can see it because I used to sell it. Yeah, I can see it. I'll text you. There's a company that's really good with small business owners. You see them advertise all the time. I used to sell it. It's really good, and it's really inexpensive. What is it? I'll think of it in just a second. I mean, when I left that insurance stuff, I left it. My mind just blank on the company. Yes, honey, the multiple streams of income, you have to. Lashima, now I forgot about that. She has resuscitating beats, the CPR, because listen, like I said, us, we hustlers over here, we don't just accept one thing. And if you in this day and age, you can't live without multiple streams of income. Can't do it. Sometimes I Uber, sometimes I Lyft, sometimes I Instacart. You gotta have multiple streams of income. It's too expensive. This pandemic did something to this world that people can't afford to live without having multiple streams of income. You have to have multiple streams. Um, so yeah, you definitely that's another piece of it that you need to talk about. And I'm going to see if I can get my financial advisor. I'm not my financial, I need one of those, but I'm going to see if I can get my accountant to come on and just talk about how to scale and model your business as well. So, yeah, what are you doing? You want to come say hello?
No.
Well, you're here, so you might as well. Come on, you got to, you got to, you got to have multiple streams of income.
Can I have a sip of your soda?
Come on, I haven't even had a sip.
You have.
Thank you. Say hello.
Hello.
So, yeah, any other questions that you may have? Let me know. If not, maybe we can do this same time next week. Oh, that's right. Our cruise, I can teach CPR. Say less. Yes, say less. Couture said, "What's up, Brandon? Why would you do that? See what I live with?
Oh, what's up?
Mm-mm. So let me share this with you. Oops, sorry. Let me share this with you. Here we go. All right, so this is the first one I want to share. This is the most important one. What?
If you feel what's up there, I don't know.
Let's see. Is it not sharing? No, it's not sharing. I was trying to share with you guys the flyer for Shay's cruise. So we have 2 group cruises next year. One is for the Mariner of the Seas, and that is Royal Caribbean ship. It is a 4-day, 5-night cruise. It goes to Perfect Day Coco Cay. If you guys are not familiar with that, it is. That's what I said. 5-day, 4-night. 5-day, 4-night. It is a Perfect Day at Coco Cay is Royal Caribbean's private island. They have a water park there. They have bungalows there. They have water sports, zip line, anything you can think of. They have a hot air balloon. Perfect Day at Coco Cay is amazing. We've been there 2 to 3 times. Maybe I'll probably be at 4. But you will love it. And then Nassau, Bahamas. So if you hear anything about Nassau and all the negative stuff, Nassau has changed a lot. And even if you don't like it, we got a place you can go. We have a place you can go and have some good chicken wings. I took Kia when we were there the last time, and it's going to be a great thing. So if you guys want to join us, I will try one more time to show you the flyer because I want to show you the prices. With Royal Caribbean, the group rates start for 2 people. So if you have more than 2 people, the rates will be different. But for 2 people for an inside cabin, $958.58. That is the total price, unless you want to prepay gratuities, or you can pay those on the ship, or prepay your insurance. $958 for an inside cabin. That's under $1,000 for a 5-day cruise. Okay. Ocean View is $1114.57. That gives you a window. But I always tell people, if this is your first cruise, you ain't missing nothing anyway. 9 times out of 10, you ain't even gonna be in the cabin. Cruises are fun. Just get an interior and let's go. But if you want to be fancy, you can get a balcony. The balcony is $1274.58. And you do get $50 of onboard credit. Anybody who does not know what onboard credit is, it'll basically just give you money to spend on the ship. So souvenirs, specialty restaurants. If you want to play bingo, if you want to have a drink, that money will come off of that first before you spend your own money. So it comes with $50 of onboard credit. Most of the dining is already included, unless you want to do a specialty restaurant. Um, and then if you want to do something at Perfect Day at Covoke, that may cost a little, but you don't have to. So you can be all in for $1,000. That's March 21st through the 25th of next year. If you're interested, let me know. The deposit is $200 per cabin, and it does have to be paid in full by January 6th. The other cruise is what is it? The other cruise is the Carnival Sunshine. That is Shaylin's graduation cruise. Shaylin has requested that her cousins join her on this cruise because she wants to see her cousins before she goes off to college. So, but anybody can join. We have about 4 cabins on that cruise that is not spoken for. That is a 5-day, 4-night cruise. It goes to Carnival's private island, and it's also in June, so keep that in mind right after the kids get out of school. Um, Carnival's private island, Half Moon Cay. Kia and I went there together last year. It was amazing. And also Nassau, Bahamas again. Um, this one will leave out of Charleston, South Carolina. An interior is 1533 for 2 people, and the price does adjust. You can have up to 4 people in a cabin. So the more people, the cheaper it is per person. So that price is for 2 people. Ocean view is $1693, and a balcony is $2,013. What?
I didn't know that was part of
So so yes, those are the prices. Those cabins are already locked in. If you want to go, just let me know. Message me. My email is scrolling at the bottom of the chat. If you want to have a conversation about becoming a travel agent, please reach out to me. Like I said before, I have some stuff in place where I'm about to start doing a sub agent program. There will be training involved. It's something that you decide you want to do, and you will not be left alone. You will not be left alone. So, um, Adrian is laughing. Adrian is laughing. Yeah, I know why she's laughing. You will not be left alone in it. So, if you have any questions about the cruises, about the Content Creators Roundtable, if you have questions about YouTube, if you want to talk about brand management, I am here. Just let me know. Use the snip feed link to sign up for the Content Creators Roundtable, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. This has been fun. I appreciate you guys being here. If we wanted to do a check-in next week, I may do another check-in next week around the same time. But if not, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for being here. And I will see you guys later. Hopefully tomorrow night on Talk to Me Thursday. Right?
Yeah.
So thanks guys for being here. We will see you later. And Parker out.